Okay. I have to calm down. I have to find ways to relax. Because at this point, just the validation of reality can make me snap. And I don't want to do that because this is not who I am. And I'm seeing this purposefully for the low life that they are. There's no escapism. There's no fantasy. Whatever games they try to play in my head. It's not gonna be seen the way they want it to be seen. I know the kind of trash that they are and the cowardness of what they are. And what they have on their hands, bloods of men, women, and children. And the way they try to paint this reality is falsified. And reality has been humiliating to them. The last few days, I've watched, listened to this piece about Robert Card and the way they tried to make it seem like he was not a target individual, but I find out there's more validation that he's so much of a target individual. It's scary to hear what some of the videos of him talking to cops in New York, and the things he was saying is surreal. How similar it is to so many other target individuals. But unfortunately, this man was not a man that could have. He was not strong spiritually. He was weak in a sense that it didn't take him much to lose his mind to the point where killing. But he was somebody who was trained to kill for so long. Never got to kill because he was never deployed. So for him, it was easy to go to that next step of losing his mind and killing people. And I'm hearing this trash next door, which are the kind of piece of shit involved in a program that will push a man capable of killing and then be the cowards hiding to try to make you accept this false reality. So when I heard somebody in the hallways talking, it was just I something just clicked in me, and I just wanted to see this shit. They were doing these things in my brain, right? For me, this manipulation, the pedophilia type of torture has been done to me since August 19, 2019. I never identified with this, and I knew it was falsified. This trash wants me to accept these manipulations, which they are renowned to do. Not only the defamation aspect of things, but they are truly rewiring the brain in ways that's supposed to be degrading to you. It's supposed to be breaking you down. I never identified with this. I knew it was part of these manipulations that have been validated to experience. This trash to find out that they work, this low life that's making noise campaign actually work for governmental entities that have had issues with pedophilia for years. There's a whole bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act that was attempting to limit the amount of child porn these pedos running this program are downloading using these DoD computers. And when I mean pedos, I mean there's a lot of pedophiles in these entities, to the point where there's a bill that was trying to limit the amount of child porn, where this trash played this game in my mind and tried to make me accept these things. This guy who's making those campaign, I never identify, and they hate that. They hate that I never identify. I looked at it as them manipulating me, and sometimes I troll them. I made comments to make sure that they know that I'm not identifying with this. I remember when I was getting this nasty manipulation, I used to go to the gym all the time. I always get like 2 pieces of candy, and I'm like, you know what? I know so well that it's not me. Watch out! If I see a kid, I'm gonna give them a candy. Right? Just to say I'm not identifying with these things. I didn't do it because I wasn't strong enough to do it. With that being said, they forced me to get nasty stimulation, but they were like, you see, you wanted to give the candies. Like, what would I even do? Trash ass. I was interacting with your trash ass. You understand? He's like, no, you see. No, I was trolling you guys. I was not even trolling. I was trying to be like sarcastic in the sense that I'm so okay. I'm so aware that it's not me. That I'll even give this. Of course, I didn't do it because, unfortunately, I don't have the. I'm not strong enough to do it in the sense that the nasty manipulations are just too strong. I'd rather just go home and just go home. But if I was strong enough to do it, I would have done it, just to kind of show them it's like I'm not identified with this manipulation because I know who I am. Now, never happened. Never did this because I was not strong enough to deal with this nasty reaction they make me experience. But I wish I was strong enough to do it. And so this trash is like, nah, you pay because this trash is living day in and day out to make people experience this nastiness. But at this point, the death of people these people torture children. I know the governmental entities running this program. I know the government that run this program have a lot of pedophilia issues, and on top of that, something I didn't even know at the time when I was trying to be like, just try to clown them, is all along they involved in a program that torture children. They know that I know that. They know that I know they torture children. For me, in my brain, they're trying to make me think, no, what we're doing is mapping your brain to this and that. No, you don't. You're manipulating my brain. But in fact, there's a whole process of hydrodynaming or something like that, where they basically capture the signal of your brain, then manipulate this thought process and implant those thought processes in your brain. It's part of these manipulations. They are rewiring their brain in a pedophilia ways, and then they try to make you identify with this manipulation brain because you naturally will never have these reactions. So for you to experience whatever you're experiencing today is that they are changing the way you think, the way you react. And it's been applied onto so many others, and it's very pedophilia centric. And with me, they're like, now what we're doing, we're making you think like a kid. At the time, they literally say, now it's you when you're 14 years old. Man, you're cool. This bunch of trash. We're working for pedophiles and torture children. They're trash. And to hear this trash making us campaign, at this point I know that the man who just killed 18 people, he killed 18 people and shot up the place where there's a bunch of kids and some children were wounded. A child died. And all this because trash like them, pushing people into insanity. Now for me, I know they're gonna frame me in this disgusting ways. This trash, I rather die in hell, screaming pain. They're working involved in a program that does these nasty things. I rather be impaled and tortured because a trash living the way they're living is not a life worth living. There's a trash telling me how I'm gonna die in pain. How are you gonna die? In happiness? Or rather live hell than die than live this nasty heaven that this trash live in. It's been tough. I'm gonna do my best to calm down. But this trash, the humiliation of what they're part of and the reality of what they're really part of as they try to paint these stories and twist things around and try to make it sound as now all along the reason why you wanted to give the candy because you wanted to do what? How, what exactly? Like sometimes that's their the way they have to dumb themselves down, right? And they have to act accordingly. So what will happen? So I give the candy, I kidnap the kid, I take him. Like what stupidity? Well, I know that everybody around me is watching me. Everybody is participating in my targeting. That you understand how stupid they want me to be. Of course, this is how illogical it is. You hear the sirens because they're supposed to be. It's like stupidity. This trash sold is sold to pedophiles, and now they're here recreating stories and creating stories in different fashion. Can you imagine? You are at this point. I think I've written letters saying, there's people around, or I'm already aware there's a bunch of people around me, and everybody's participating in my torment and doing this. They're manipulating the way I am. Since August 19, 2019, I've been myself. I think this and that and that and this, and at the time I go to the gym, I give my 2 pieces of candy. I know these people It's after August 19, 2019. I'm already dealing with this v2k synthetic telepathy. I have these dialogues with this trash. I'm forced to get sexual stimulation, but they still want me to identify with this thing. I'm not. And I get the candies, I even give this to a child. Because I know this nasty manipulation is what you guys want me to accept as me. I know it's not me. I don't do it, but I wish I did. And it's like, no, you see. And you have this trash that wants me to accept this false reality. When I know exactly that they force people to have nasty sexual stimulation. The thing he is mad about is me mad that I'm not identifying with this manipulation. He's supposed to think that, oh, it's so me. You mapped it. You mind it. You guys who don't manipulate people in these pedophilia ways. It's me when I was a kid. This trash, you low life. That's all they sold to pedophiles. Whatever they're gonna see me go through, I swear to God that whatever horrible, terrible torture I'm gonna go through, I swear to God, is better than living the nastiness that this trash have to live. Cowards that live day in and day out in these trashy ways. Whatever they're gonna wait and see me scream like this shit lives this horrible life right now, and I have the choice to live any life. I know that these people are pushing people to lose their mind and killing, including killing kids. They work for pedophiles, the governmental entities that empower these losers to be this cowardly and empowered. Are people with so much pedophilia issues, there's bills about it. While these trash are here twisting things in these nonsensical ways as if it's going to make sense now. To try to make sense of what I just said. And to hear a human lowlife right now talking to me, you're going to start going to piece of shit. I wish I could see you. I wish I could see a fucking trash like you. Please see if this acting is going to make sense. I am calming them. I don't have much left in me, but I have to calm myself down. I have to calm myself down. Because reality is, I see it in front of me when I see this low life. Can you imagine? It was a rough weekend because of hearing this man Robert Card going through what he went through. I'm like, I can relate to so much of what he's going through. And this try to counter because they're trying to make it seem like it's because of these grenades we're doing that and all. Obviously, it's target individual. It's shockingly, it's surreal when you hear him talking to these cops and saying the things he was saying. This nasty trash. And I know my organs are being destroyed, so digestions and all that is being destroyed because I'm being hit by these weapons, governmental weapons, DOD weapons. And the truth is, when I'm listening to the testimonies of men, women, and children, and to hear women who talk about how they tell her to kill herself, and they just want her to be completely living in despair and this and that, and I'm listening to this trash trying to play some femme fatale, feminist, you're just a bunch of low-life shit who try to counter reality. And for these men who think they're men, they're just low life. I don't care what you see me go through, but you're a retard who came and say raw immoral. You understand? Well, you're here trying to flip the stories up in different retarded ways with this candy giving as if do you understand? This is when life is low. My life is not low. My life is just being destroyed. That is when life is low. Can you imagine in life you have to create this story or try to make somebody accept stories that's so nonsensical that you're trying to hold whatever on to make you accept this false reality to the point where you're taking something where this guy is saying something to kind of to mock you, because of course he's literally having interaction with people in his head, knowing that everybody around him is aware he's a target individual, or he knows that everybody's around conspiring to do something, everybody. But this trash is supposed to dumb himself down and be like, no, that's proof. No, you see, try to gaslight me, you're a fucking retard, you piece of shit. But what's real? It's what you're really involved in, what you've participated in, and what this governmental that you work for have as a problem. These people are trash low life, living off what they can fabricate and try to counter the reality what they're part of. I'll run to my hell. I have to, because I want you to stay in this heaven and see how brave you're going to be in this heaven. It was tough for me to stay strong. I had to take some time off. And when I'm going downstairs, I just pray I don't let myself go. To all my target individual, what Robert Carr did is not something I would recommend to do. I don't think it's worth doing that. Matter of fact, it's orchestrated for us to do that. You have people around you, trash of all sorts, with no self-respect. I don't care what they have accomplished in life. The second you involve yourself in that, you're a human low life. And I see you as that. I will never let this trash, never let this trash live their fantasy. They can tell me how I'm going to be stretched because I'm going to be raped by people. But I swear to God, I rather be stressed and screaming pain than being in a program where you have to be this level of coward, live at such a falsified reality, and then die. I'm telling you, dying in this hell is better than living in their paradise. To hear not only how torturous they are to women, to children, but to hear the women talk about how their life is being destroyed, this manipulation of thoughts and how they can create these thoughts in these nonsensical ways, and even try to create these thoughts in my head of how they want this moment of me mocking them, saying, you know what, I'm so aware that it's not me. You see this candy, I'm going to give that to a child. Because they were supposed to make me subscribe to this manipulation that I'm experiencing this pedophilia type of torture, and I'm like, I'm not identified with this nastiness. Even though I didn't do it, they are trying to change it into my mind into like, no, what you're doing, you try to get it because you wanted to steal it, kidnap it, just retard stuff. And you have grown men here who are supposed to make me accept these things. So my target individuals, stay strong.